guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped, and welcome to Morocco. I'm here with Dacia and the Sandriders team for the Rallye du Maroc. Wow. So it is prologue day right now, and at the moment the bikes are coming through. We have the most incredible vantage spot to watch the prologue. It basically comes round probably the most difficult corner I've ever seen in motorsport, and then loops all the way around the valley. And with the bikes you can actually see the rooster tail of dust. They go all the way along there, along that ridgeline in the very distance. We can probably see 10 kilometers of the stage from here. But before we concentrate on the cars coming through, yesterday we got some really privileged access in the bivouac with the Sandriders team. We spent all afternoon with the team, and I got to chat to all three of the drivers and the chief mechanic just to understand how the cars were prepared, the approach to the race, and then once we've done that, we'll come back here, and that should just be in time for the cars to come through. And I think that corner is going to be really spectacular. Now then, welcome to the bivouac on the day before the prologue. We've not long arrived here at the bivouac, and we're just taking a look round Seb Loeb's car. A couple of the guys on our trip are sat in the car. We've got Stretch, the chief mechanic, who I met when we went out in the car with Nasser earlier in the summer, and also met again at Carfest. But I do love the number plate. I don't know whether you can make that out. Right at the bottom there, it's tiny, DC24 Seb. That is Seb Loeb's car. We've got, this one is DC24 DKR, it's the number 3 Sandrider. And then there's a big gaggle of journalists currently around Nasser's car. Nasser's number plate is DC24 NAS, which I absolutely love. So we've got the opportunity here to kind of look at the cars, meet up with the team. It's so cool that I got to meet quite a few of the team when we were at Nasser's training camp in the summer, and to kind of be able to ask them how the car is. And basically all the cars are pretty much ready for the prologue. They did a test a couple of days ago. So let's take a look around the cars, remind ourselves just how cool they are. And the idea in this video, I'm just going to take you behind the scenes of being here at the Rallye du Maroc, because we've got such special access over the next couple of days. We're here for the prologue, which is a shorter stage to kind of get the rally going. And then we're also here to see stage 1. But it's a big week this for the Sandriders. Seb needs to play a supporting role really, because Nasser has a chance to win the overall championship. He's leading the Toyotas by just 9 points. So that car there has all the pressure on it. Now, while we've got this car to ourselves, let's take a little walk around. I mean, first up at the front, you can see the double dampers, just the amount of ground clearance. There is the number plate I was talking about before. So this is Seb Loeb's car. Now, interestingly, the aperture to get in and out of these cars is pretty small anyway. Seb is a slightly smaller driver, so his seat's forward, and there's not a great deal of space in there. But the interior cabin is set up to be as comfortable as possible, and it's great to be able to kind of poke a camera in here. Those two levers, the one nearest to us is the gear lever, the one furthest away is the hydraulic handbrake. The seats are on a suspension system just to try and reduce the amount of shock in the driver's back, make it as comfortable for them as possible. And then down here, we can see here, we've got some tools set into the car itself, a tyre pressure gauge, a little bit of nut gun to help get the wheels off. I think I've said before, but this little shelf here, I love the fact that this is actually magnetic. So when you're taking the wheels off, you can put the nuts on here and they don't drop in the sand and get lost. We've got a spare wheel and tyre on each side. And then little things, just talking to the guys, you find out. So I just find this absolutely fascinating. You can see this cowling just here. You've got the pipe coming down there and then the carbon fibre cowling. That is basically a cooling system for the dampers, for the rear dampers. Now it's only really in the dunes where they get hot, where you've got lots of compression and rebound. But I just think that is proper special. You can kind of see as well the back, just the underbody protection. It's not really very often you get the opportunity to be able to chuck a camera underneath one of these things and see underneath. Absolutely amazing access. And then we come around here and finish off at the co-driver's seat. Now these are the two things that weren't in the car when I went in it over the summer. These are the two screens for the roadbook navigation. There's a primary screen and a secondary screen as backup. If the primary screen fails, you can go to the secondary screen. Once you've done that, then you have to stay on the secondary screen. You've also got cameras in here, so there's a live feed from the car monitoring what's happening in the car. One of the things, for example, is the driver and co-driver aren't allowed access to a mobile phone while they're on the stage. If they did that, they'd be disqualified, basically. But yeah, absolutely amazing. Again, more tools down here, big torque wrench along the side. Just a wicked thing. Absolutely mega. It's like that, isn't it?
It's like that. Just like that.
Now then, welcome back to the channel, mate.
Thanks, mate. Nice to see you. Welcome to Morocco.
So good to see you. We keep bumping into each other.
We've been to a few events this year where we've crossed our paths.
And you've got this baby with you.
Yeah.
So I've managed to grab Stretch, who's the chief mechanic, in charge of all of the cars and the huge team of people you've got.
Yeah, we've got a big team here, 55 people in total.
55. So you were saying 4 mechanics per car.
Yep.
And then a whole bunch of other people
Other
doing
support staff, yeah, around the areas of composites and electricians and fabricators, and then 2 engineers per car, sports manager, team manager.
Unbelievable. So the prologue is tomorrow. These cars, is it 1,500 stage kilometres?
1,500 stage kilometres this week for the Rallye Morocco. It's a really tough and demanding place.
It's a
Morocco.
long way.
It's kind of the most traditional event of the Rally Raid Championship. It's more like original Dakar. It's really tough here. It's a long time for the guys in the car.
So all the cars are ready to go. So quick question, so do you do have you got a specific setup per event, or do they just have a general setup?
So we have kind of 2 main setups, so sort of desert setup and a gravel setup. This one here for Morocco is more of the desert setup, so it's kind of what we're using Dakar.
Yeah.
We came out here earlier this year and did some testing, trying to refine that, did some new dampers, some new springs, bits and pieces to kind of get the best foot forward going into this last round, and hopefully.
Because you've got 9 points, right, to
we
play
have
with.
a 9-point lead in the championship.
That's just...
And yeah, we would really like to bring that championship
So the
home
team,
again.
I'm guessing, obviously Nasser wants to go for the win, but Seb and the other cars got to play a supporting role as much as possible. Really.
Seb's co-driver Edward also is in a fight for the championship, so he
yeah.
has 11-point lead in the co-drivers championship. So we need really both cars to come home.
That's actually a really cool thing. The fact that there are a championship for the co-driver and the driver.
Yeah, so there's a team, a co-driver and a driver.
So when the car, just to get into the mindset of you and your team, when these cars come back after a stage, what's the plan?
So we have about, we tend to work on like a 4-hour window to kind of turn the cars around each day. So general check over, inspect the frames, check the brakes, check the engine, suspension, all those things, and then any other sort of damage or repairs from the day. But
and then plan
it's about
maintenance
a 4-hour window. Through that we'll do different things where we change the power steering fluid, or we'll inspect alternators or various different components to get checked through the rally.
Well, and that's assuming all the cars stay on their wheels and don't have
any
major
other
damage.
work is on top of that. So
you guys must
it could be a late
when
night.
you see a broken car come in, you're like, oh no.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the job, isn't it? That's why we're here. But yeah, generally the cars get back around sort of 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the target is to have them kind of boxed off and done by 10 o'clock at night.
But the thing is, you might not know, so we're here in the bivouac at the moment in Fez, which is the start of the race, the prologue, and then the start of stage 1. But on the second day, so stage 1, you guys send the cars off,
Yep.
and then pack everything up.
Yep.
And where do you go then?
So we've got a 640-kilometre drive with all of our trucks, all of our assistance vehicles down to our foot for the next leg of the rally, and we'll spend the next 4 days there down in the dunes near Mizuga. But that's just for us, that's pretty normal, to be honest. That's a normal day in Dakar would be that setup. So we would start sort of 5 o'clock in the morning, get the cars away by 6:30, get on the road, and then try and get that to the end to meetman time.
Unreal.
And then set up and service the cars till 10 o'clock, and then hopefully be in bed by 11. Generally,
get some beauty sleep.
But we have all our tents with us, so it's not like there's hotels. We're not in a nice circuit with nice hotels. We've got our trucks all have bed tents on top, so we sleep here with the cars and the trucks every night.
Bit of luxury.
That is, one way to describe it. It's actually okay, to be fair. It's not as bad as it seems. They're pretty good things, to be fair.
Well, thank you for your time, my friends. We'll be here. Well, I'll see you in the next couple of days.
A few days here, and thanks for coming.
It's so good to see you. I messaged him. I'm like, we're coming. I'll see you there. We'll cheer you on. So, yeah, brilliant. Guys, I'm joined by Sebastian Loeb. It is a pleasure to meet you, my friend. I have followed your career for many, many years. I just wanted to ask you a few questions about how you are preparing for tomorrow in terms of the car setup. Are you happy with it, and what's your approach to the race?
Yeah, I'm quite happy with the setup of the car. We drove last week in Portugal. It was different terrain. Now we came back to the setup we know a bit better from the Dakar and so on, with some adjustments. Tomorrow is the Prologue, so it's a bit tricky, the Prologue, because you need to be in a very good position, because or to be very far behind, but in the middle, if you are like 15 in the Prologue, it's not really good for the starting position of the next day. So we'll have to be focused. We'll have to push in the Prologue, and then we will see.
And on such a long race, is it a case of do you kind of push all the time, or are you kind of holding back and choose where to push? Or
most of the thing is to push all the time.
Yeah.
But pushing all the time means also to adapt a little bit your rhythm to the situation, because it's a lot of place. Most of the place you push as hard as you can. At some places you have to change a little bit your priority to the navigation, or to save the tire or the car if it's too rough, or if it's tricky in the navigation. You need first to concentrate to the navigation, not to make any mistake, and then to push again. So you have to adapt quickly your rhythm to the different things. That's not easy, because you always want to push. I always want to push. And, so it's not always easy to make this change of rhythm. But like I said, mostly now, especially with all the drivers that are fast and able to fight for the victory, we have to push on the limiter all the time.
How much, obviously your co-driver Edouard has the chance to kind of win the Navigators Championship. Will that play at all, or do you just drive a race and see what happens?
For sure, I hope for him that he wins it. I will try my best to help him. I'm also here to help Nasser in case he's in the situation to win, and I can help him, because that's the main target for Dacia.
Yeah.
But on my side, before we begin the rally, my target is to try to do a good rally. If I do well, it would be a good preparation for the Dakar, for our collaboration with Edouard. And then, if the situation makes that we have to do something, we will speak about. But first of all, I start the rally like another one and try just to do my best.
Yeah. And then last question, because I know you've got lots of commitments this evening. How do you summarise the big difference between driving these cars and the rally, the WRC cars and the rally cars that you drove?
The big difference is this car is much more heavy, but is able to cross a bit everything. So, but when we drive like last week in Portugal on some tracks that look like WRC tracks, the way of driving is a bit the same, but the difference is mainly that the car is bigger and heavier, so you have to adapt to this, and also that we don't have the pace notes. So this makes a big difference, because you have always to look far to see what will happen.
Interesting.
In WRC you can concentrate on what is happening in front of you, because you have the notes that tells you exactly what is coming. Here you have to anticipate, because if you arrive in the 6th gear and you have a right-hander which is very fast and suddenly a bad left-hander, you have to anticipate all of that. So it's difficult. And in the desert, okay, we drive sometimes differently, because we have dunes, we have rocks, we have a bit of everything.
Yeah. Fascinating. Thank you so much for your time. It's a real pleasure to meet you. Good luck for the race, and we'll be cheering you on. Guys, Sebastian Loeb.
It's a good camera.
They're the best cameras ever. Guys, Christina, it's a pleasure to meet you.
The same for me.
How are your thoughts ahead of the race?
Very excited. I mean, it's 1 year from the beginning of this project, and we can't wait more to be on the car and to see the team trying to win the championship with Nasser and Edouard, and the last race before Dakar also is the main thing.
When you're approaching such a big race, how do you approach it mentally? Is it, because I know it's going to be very tiring, I'm sure, because it's a long time in the car each day, the transitions and so on.
Yeah, it's a good point to have experience in this type of championship, this type of discipline, because we know that you cannot go crazy from the beginning, because you have many kilometers, many things to happen. But yeah, it's like something that you need to learn from the experience because you cannot be as fast as you can, but you want to be fast, but you need to know exactly your rhythm to be competitive also.
Yeah. You have two very good teammates to learn from, though, right?
Yeah, for sure. I
That's
think
like
we
the
have
best in there. Yeah, I don't know
Nice.
whether could you do better. Maybe I don't know.
I mean, maybe yes. No, it's a joke. I mean, they have a lot of experience. They are so nice with me because if I have a question or wherever, they are super open.
Yep.
And this is not something that everyone is the same. So I am taking the opportunity to learn from them.
Well, I wish you all the best.
Thank,
Go for it. We're going to be cheering you on tomorrow, and yeah, best of luck.
thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Now, I've managed to bag the main man, Nasser. It is so good to see you again.
Nice to meet you.
After
Me too.
seeing you in the summer and you terrifying me around your back garden.
Absolutely.
Amazing experience. So, are you ready for this?
Yes, absolutely. We are ready. We will prepare for final run in Morocco. If you see all three cars, all the team, really excited, you
Yeah.
know, and we are leading the world champion. We try to keep it, you know, in our hand.
I mean, it's amazing how I thought the night before the prologue it would be quite frantic in here. All the cars are all in one piece, they're all together, they're ready. I've spoken to Stretch, you're like, cars are great.
Yes, absolutely.
I've spoken to your two teammate drivers, they're there to
Everybody
support
ready.
you, everyone's gunning
Everybody
for
ready.
you.
You know, this is a big point in the team because it's like a family team and the spirit of the team really together, you know, and yeah, because we need to bring Dacia in a good level.
Do my friend. What's your approach for the race? How do you approach it? Is it?
The race will be difficult, huh?
Yeah, it's
and
long,
we
right?
know Morocco Rally is really one of the difficult race, but I win 7 times this race. I have a lot of experience. I know what I do, you know. Not every day you need to push. Just we need to manage day by day and let the other driver to make the mistake. But we know now the rule is changed because every day you need to be in top 3 to or top 5 to have the point. You know,
Right, okay.
if you miss this point, it's difficult. Also,
So you need to score every day.
every day
Yeah.
score some point to be at least in the top.
Wow. And can you believe it's a year ago? Last year was the first outing for this car
Yes,
here, right?
we
It's
win,
amazing
we
how
win
you-
and
Yeah, yeah.
win and second.
Yeah, yeah. So
This
we
was
just repeat
amazing. I think yes, we do it. You know, we do it. I believe.
So do I, mate. So do I. Guys, it is an absolute pleasure. You have got so many commitments and people want to talk to you, but
Thank
to get
you
to
so
speak
much.
to you and wish you the
Thank
best
you,
of luck.
thank you.
Good luck,
Thank
Nasser
you so
Attiyah.
much.
We will be cheering him on.
Thank you.
Now, this is pretty cool. I've been told I can have a look around the trucks. There's a whole bunch of kit in here, but just some highlights. In here is a clean room because if there's a sandstorm, I mean, sand gets everywhere, they can get in there and they can clean and replace and refurbish things like shock absorbers. You've got some workrooms here, you've got all the various components for some of the shock absorbers just there. In here you've got boxes of all kinds of things. Wishbones, front upper wishbones, rear left upper wishbones, steering racks, master cylinders, toe links. It's just everything you need to rebuild a Dacia Sandrider should the worst thing happen. And then in here, this is the locker room basically for all the drivers' kit. So helmets and overalls and so on. The trucks themselves are all configured in a very similar way, and there's just so much stuff in here. Bearing in mind they're running 3 cars. Over there you'll be able to see some brake discs, some underbody protection. In here the most important thing, water, puncture repair kits, spares, jacks. Each of these trucks has a room, a workbench where they can kind of start doing and fixing stuff. We come down here, we've got the tyres. So they run a standard tyre, so there's not like different tyres for different days. Again, more dampers and springs, little workshop area. You can see the brake discs just there, a whole line of brake discs. Stretch was saying they change the brake discs every other day and clean out all of the calipers, new pads, clutch parts, screens, bodywork, brackets. And then if you have a look in here, we just pull this open, all the different nuts and bolts. It's an incredible task, this. I think I mentioned when I was with the team over the summer, is the cars have the minimum number of different size bolts. I think it's just a couple of different sizes of bolt and screw, and lots of the parts are interchangeable so that they can, well, cut down on the number of spares, but it just makes life easier for the guys that are fixing the cars. But yeah, really, really cool. We just stand here. What a view that is of the 3 cars lined up the night before the race. Such cool access. Now we're at our main vantage point. We're watching the bikes come through. In fact, there's a guy coming through here. What I want to try and get across to you is this left-hander he's going around there, just how tricky it is. Because the camber that way is just unbelievable. And then they go off, it's almost a 90 left. But we've already had a few bikes go straight on over here. If I try and wander down here, I think it's going to be a magnificent vantage point for us to see the cars come through in about an hour's time. It really is quite something. Seriously, these bikers are next level. And what's the cool thing is they kind of start slowest first, so the more bikes come through, the faster they get, and the really top guys are right at the end. So all the bikes are now through. There's a 10-minute gap between the bikes and the beginning of the cars. The first car through is Nasser. And I can just feel the anticipation building. We're just listening in the distance. You can kind of hear engines at high throttle in the distance. And then everyone's just trying to work out where to get the best shot. I'm picking this spot just here. And it's in terms of access and close to the racing, I don't think anything beats Rally Raid and Dakar. I mean, look at it. I am literally, that is the racing line. And then we're going to try and track the cars up to that first really nasty 90 left with the adverse camber. But hopefully, stood here, I get a good shot. I have a feeling I am going to get sprayed in stones and dust though. But let's see how it goes, shall we? Right, it's official. Nasser is on the track. So, here we go. Not long now. So exciting. You can see the helicopter in the sky. You can see the dust kicking up. Come on, Nasser. Oh my God. Oh, immense! Oh, that was immense! Wow! Absolutely insane. There's no other motorsport in the world where you can get so close. Just unbelievable. Oh my God. Now, it's really difficult because I haven't got enough zoom lens on my camera, but in the distance, on the other side of the valley, you can just see this rooster tail of dust being kicked up by the cars. And it's just such an amazing vantage point. So this one's going to come along here, then there's a 90 left. He's absolutely flat chat there, on the brakes, 90 left, back on the gas, and then just look at that, wicked. Anything for the shot. Whew. Trying a different angle. I think this might be a bit dusty. Now, all the main cars have now come through. Just a simply epic experience. You get so close to the racing, so close to cars like that. It's just unbelievable. You do get covered in dust though. That's a bit of a challenge. So we're going to head back to the bivouac and just grab some tea and some water, maybe check footage. Woo! But just, it's one of those, I cannot tell you just how visceral this motorsport is. I've been to Dakar and this is the same cars, the same format. You get so close. There are people watching out for people standing in stupid positions, but you can get so close. The track's there, it's 15 feet away, and you just feel it, you smell it, you taste it, and you can see the speed. And this is such an amazing vista from the top. Absolutely sensational. So we're back at the bivouac. All the cars are back in service. Let's just take a run down and have a look at them. They all came back in one piece, which is good news. I've had a chat with a couple of the mechanics just to get the lowdown on what's happening. So let's take a look. So first up, Seb's car. So Seb came third in the Prologue. Really pleased with the positioning of all the Sandriders. This car now, it's been stripped and checked and it's now pretty much put back together. The boys have got a really early start tomorrow, 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. All of this will be broken down and put into trucks. All of these shelters will be put away and they leave for a big long drive to the service for tomorrow night. Christina's car, so one of the things they bring it back, they have to take the shocks off. They need to check the shock and wheel travel because there's a maximum amount of wheel travel that they are allowed. So they have to do that with the shocks off the car. But also, apparently they're going to change the steering rack on Christina's car. They had a pump on there that she didn't quite like the feel, apparently, so they're going to just put that back to how it was. But here's my main man, he's given me all the main information. He said there's only maybe a couple of hours left to put all the cars back together again. But Christina came 19th, so really good place to play a supporting role. And I have to say, she went past us and she was absolutely on fire. That girl can pedal. And then finally Nasser's car. So Nasser came in first on the stage. Brilliant, brilliant result. So again, doing the same thing here, checking for the suspension travel, got the shocks off the car. But everyone's really happy with the balance of the car, with the feel of the car. So these cars will be put all back together within the next couple of hours and then they're ready for a very, very early start tomorrow morning. But just so cool to be able to come here, catch up with the mechanics and have a look at what's happening. Well, that's it, the end of the Prologue day. The guys are still finishing up working on the cars, but we're heading back to the hotel to get a shower because I am basically just covered in dust. It's been an absolutely epic day. We are back here tomorrow to watch the cars depart from the bivouac. Sadly, we can't watch any of the stage miles tomorrow because the first actual off-road part of tomorrow's stage is a couple of 100 kilometers away and we just physically can't get there. But yes, back to the hotel and then we'll be back here in the morning to wave the guys off on the proper race because it starts tomorrow. That's a way to wake up the neighbours. Well, it's now the next morning, 6:30 in the morning. We left our hotel this morning just after 5:30. So I am feeling a bit shabby, but look, all the trucks have gone, the easy ups are easy down, they've gone. The 3 cars are now just doing their final checks, their final bits of preparation before they head off onto today's stage. Each of them will be filled with fuel. They've got a 500 litre fuel tank, would you believe? But they've got a really long day ahead of them today. So let's just take a quick look around, see if we can point our camera at anything. and then we'll watch them depart. So Christina just making her final preparations for the day. A big day ahead. It'll just be a case of making sure everything's in the car. See, she's got a sunglasses case just strapped to the roll bar. She's got a little bag of stuff, lots of nutrition and food in the car. They make a real effort to make the cars as comfortable as possible, for them to be as a little fatigue in them as possible by the end of such a big stage today. All the mechanics there watching, they've done their job. The cars are ready, all clean, looking magnificent. Yeah, really cool. And then over here, we've got the main man himself, ready for the big day. Nasser, it's a big old day. Then the final car of the trio, Seb's car. I haven't seen Seb yet. He'll be around somewhere, I would guess. But yeah, it's you can feel the tension building. It's really cool to be here, the start of such a big race. While we can, we'll stick our camera in Nasser's car so you can kind of have a good look at the road book. Just there you can see, in fact this is the nav getting out of the town. You've got roundabouts, distances. Really interesting. I'd love to kind of spend some time going through the details of that. We had a bit of that at the Nasser camp. You see the hydration pipe systems there. They've got to make sure they get enough fluids into them during the day. Here we go. Christina's firing up, ready to go. Good luck, Christina. Go smash it, girl. And the boys are literally packing up. The second she's gone, they're packing up. They've done that before, haven't they? Look. That's the neatest fold up of a tarpaulin I've ever seen in my life, I think. Brilliant. So, Nasser's car is started up, all ready to go. Start of a big day. There's Nasser. In he gets. Final congrats from the team. Give him spuds, go for it. This is the life, look. How many cameras have we currently got trained on him? Still got his coffee in his hand. What a legend. Got his door open. So that's it. All three cars are now off on the stage. The team are packing up. There's only one truck left here, actually. Everybody else has gone. We do now have a little tent over there to grab some breakfast, which we're going to do, but I'm going to draw this video to a close. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a tricky one. I just wanted to try and bring you behind the scenes with the team. We've had such unbelievable access the last couple of days. The team have been amazing. I want to really thank Stretch and all the mechanics for just making us feel welcome. We've been allowed to go anywhere we want, poke our camera at anything, ask any questions. The whole Dacia Sandriders PR team have been absolutely unbelievable. And I just hope they have a great race. I hope the drivers stay safe. I hope they drive fast and do well. But it has been amazing. The only regret is we go home today. Sadly, we can't stay here and watch the whole of the race. I will be following it online. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have done, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol Ped for plenty more content to come. The next thing I need to do is try and get to drive the car one day. I'll be working on that one, don't you worry. Anyway, I'll see you on the next film, guys. You take care. Drive safe.